Welcome to my channel once again. Um, I was not planning for this video, but it compelled me to make this video. The reason is, whenever I am scrolling my phone, Facebook, be it any newspaper, the news is always related to some, rape, molestation, abuse. So I started thinking, I'm also a man, but I've never thought that way. What makes some men indulge in those activities? So, first, we need to understand what is rape. Rape is something which is forceful. Rape is related to sex which is done forcefully, or it is also related to both direct and indirect force. So it made me think, like, what is the reason, why men conduct those activities? So, my mind also is disturbed because I was born in a house where I was raised by a single mother. I have two sisters, and I lived with my, cousins who were women, who were girls. So this made me think, really our sisters, mothers, wife, daughters are not safe. We came to know about Arjikar Hospital case, and it is not only about that one case. That is just a reflection of many multiple cases. Some are recognized, some are unrecognized, some come under the purview of justice, some does not come under the purview of justice. So the main concern is these things started happening in our, you know, local places also. Maybe it used to happen earlier also, but because of the social media, because of this, circulation of easy informations, we are aware like these things are used to happen or happening in our local places also. So the question comes, why do men rape? And I used to think men indulge in those activities only related to high sexual desire. But when I reviewed many literature and when I thought myself also in a more deeper angle, I came to know this rape is not only related to sexual desire. It might be only 20-30%, but there are deep rooted social causes, social reasons, psychological reasons which lead to these unwanted activities. I thought for a while, and you know, I came to a decision I have to talk about this. Coming to the point, first we need to understand how humans are, you know, objectified in the society by various organizations or by the society itself. I start with the first thing. Whenever a girl child is born in our country, the first question, whenever a child is born, like recently I have a baby, the first question our, you know, society asks is, what is it? Is it a boy or a girl? And if we say it's a girl, then I have seen expression in few people like, don't worry, second time you'll have a boy child. So, coming to the point, why people think like only having a girl child makes us incomplete? That is the first thing. So, the issue is not related to gender, it started with the case related to dowries. Women are always thought as a liability in our Indian society. Why? Because whenever women are born and when they're, they attain the age of marriage, the father of the daughter have to give certain dowries in the physical form, in the non-physical form, whatever be it. So this is the tradition of our country, which is deeply rooted. And another thing is, there are so many rituals which is totally kind of, makes us think like male are superior than women. One thing is, I'm not against any culture, but I've seen in my own culture also, and always there is a question mark. Women have to cover their face, and why not men? Because God created equally. If there is a God, God created both the genders equally. So apart from that, there's always a thinking. Even my mother used to tell, like the education for the women's in earlier days, the parents used to think, my daughter is going to get married. Why should I spend in her education? And this made me think, parents are thinking like sons will stay in their house and it's better investment. But that poor child is innocent. So the molding begins from the house, from the family, when the mother teaches her daughter to look after the household chores, and when the son is like doing nothing, and girls are taught everything. So that way, slowly we started thinking like we as a son, as a man, are superior to woman. Obviously, biologically, we have more strength, and the density of the bone, everything is naturally, genetically, boys have a little bit larger volume or maybe strength. And that also, is not 100% correct, because there are women who are good in boxing, who are good in swimming, who are good in athletes. But the only thing is the mindset. There was also a time when women were not even allowed to enter into important organizations, and during the time, every month, we know about the periods or the menstruation which women go through. At that time, they are not even allowed to enter in a very important places. There are many cases, but we need to understand the period, the menstruation of the woman is, I feel, is a very very um, natural, biological, process. And if that process is not there, I would not be here speaking in front of you. So what I feel is like this is one reason, how a boy and a girl child are grown up. Obviously, women need protection, but protection does not mean they have to be under the cage of the rituals created by the societies. And my mother always says a woman who can cradle the who can shake the cradle can shake this world. And another reason is objectification. Women are always objectified as a sex toy. And the main culprit, the organization, is pornography. In pornography, there are certain ages, like we were small, and we are never aware about pornography. But somehow, in the society, we come across this pornography. And when a boy is very tender in his age, when he watches the pornography where women are objectified, when women are just shown as a toy or object, what he thinks? So already he's been molded in his house that men are more superior than women. And even the assets used to be given only to the male child. Now there is a concept of equality in the father's, patriarchal wealth also. So when it comes to wealth, when it comes to everything, I feel women have already every time sacrificed. So coming to the point, the pornography, the women are shown in such a way, so the mind is always developed by the boys or the male child or whatever teenager. Ki Women are only the object to satisfy the sex, but that is not the case. And even the movies, in movies, the heroines are shown in such a way, objectified in such a way. There are songs, mostly there are very rare few movies where there is a movie related to woman empowerment. Mostly women are always as a heroine and as a partner of the hero, and like how the superstars, they show their cleavages and the kind of you know clothes they wear. I'm not saying like wearing short clothes is bad idea, but I'm talking about how these things are affecting the boy. Another thing is, it's much more deeper. As a human, we have a tendency to dominate the weaker section. Like, let's say I'm stronger than somebody else, then there is a natural tendency to dominate that weaker section. Be it a girl, be it a woman, be it a child, be it an old age person. So this mentality, because of this mentality also, it comes like, boys who have this mentality think like girls are more inferior to them, is a weaker section. I can do anything what I want to do. So to the show the power also, their mentality is totally different. They're born and brought up totally different. So now the responsibility of the family is like anything. If you have a boy child, it is your responsibility to make him understand that both the boys and the girls, women's and the men are equal. They're partners, they're co-partners. And next thing is, not only the women are the ones who are not safer, even the childs, both boy child and a girl child, they are not safe. If they get in hand of the persons having this kind of mentality, they are not safe. And I came across one news also where the man was, trying to rape 9-year-old child. She ran away and he was raping an animal. God, you can understand the level of thinking. Even a 70-year-old, grandfather from certain state got raped by 3 individuals. So here the similar pattern is that goat is a weaker section. Humans cannot rape, tigers or bear because they know they are stronger than them. Another is trying to rape a 9-year kid or a woman. We haven't, come to know about the news where a well-built man being raped by some men, because they know like if they try they'll get beaten up. So one thing is, there are problems, there are, other reasons. One reason is related to abuse, drugs abuse or being in the influence of the alcohol. All these things are there. And a bad company. There's a saying, I'll get to know about some person knowing about their friends, how their friends are, how they think. So when we come to the solution, what I feel is the first solution should be the way we take care or the way we groom up our son. And other thing is, we need to change some stereotyping thinking about the humans or certain cultures. We need to let it go. Next is, the movies which are coming, which are objectifying women as just as a sex symbol. I don't think that is a good idea. That is only ruining our society. Just for 3 hours entertainment, we are ruining our society. That is what I feel. And obviously, next is, any person who have some high moral values, like they're influenced by some religion, there is a very less tendency that person will do rape. But again, we know there are many religious persons, even in Hindu also, in Christianity also, in other religions also, they are molesting childs, and some of them, not everybody of them. So that men were born and brought up in the same situation. Next factor which I feel is, the person who were molested, bullied, who had a very, disturbing childhood situations, or who had a very disturbing childhood memories, those persons have a high tendency to conduct rape. So by just giving a capital punishment, or you know increasing the safety for the woman is not enough. We need to restructure the society. The way we as a man are born and brought up, that needs to be changed. And what we need to understand is, wearing short clothes, showing cleavages or body is not a bad idea. But are our society ready for that? And one more thing is, there are other reasons also. I have come up with multiple reasons. One reason is obviously social platforms like Instagrams, and we see, all of us know, like, what and how our, even, I'm not only blaming the men, I do blame humans also. Being a woman also, there is a difference between human empowerment and womanhood. This is two different things. So we think, like, in order to come to the equality, we teach our daughters, our sisters about human empowerment. So what actually is human empowerment? Human empowerment does not literally mean, showing everything. I might sound rude, but woman empowerment does not mean that. It means becoming stronger mentally. It means to become something in life. Woman empowerment, if I have to talk about, let's talk about Draupadi Murmu, President Draupadi Murmu. She is the example of woman empowerment. Let's talk about Nirmala Sitharaman, Finance Minister. She is the example of woman empowerment. Even Mamata Banerjee, CM, Jai Lalit, they have their darker sides, They have their, nobody's perfect, we are humans. But what I'm trying to say is, showing everything, every parts of the body is not woman empowerment. It only adds one factor to the persons who are ill-minded. I've already given few reasons, like how the men are brought up. So we need to understand, there are multiple reasons to this rape. So I appeal to the government, to the authorities, I myself am a teacher by a profession. I will do what I can do from my end to teach my students about this, moral values. But teaching some students in the university level is very late, too late. It has to start from the school level, And I have seen some videos related to good touch and bad touch. Why don't we create men in the society who looks after the safety of the woman? When the time will come when our sisters, our mothers, our wives can roam around freely, And then we can think our country have developed. Development is not just driving a Ferrari or making a 5-story building or owning a property, only investing in the stocks, getting dividends, thousands of crores having money in the account. That is not only development. Real development starts in the mind. How are we going to do that? And this is the case, and this is the problem, major problem in India. And because of the men, I feel ashamed of me being a man, because I feel somebody's daughter, somebody's wife, somebody's mother are afraid about me also, because me being a man. And I appeal to all the good gentlemen, we need to take step on these issues, if we come across such issues when we are walking on the road, if we see some eve teasing, or if we see some those activities, please do not move backwards, because if we do that, then there will be no difference between those men conducting rape and we running away from those activities. We need to do every possible thing to save our daughters, our sisters, our mother in the society. um, I also would like to say, like, some of my words might have hurted you, or some of my words might not have been digested by you, but I would like to, I do not want to apologize, but I would just like to say, think over it. So, with this, I'm just ending this video. I did not make this video to become viral. I just thought I have to talk about these issues, and I just made this video. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, bye.